Hello, this is Bu Squalor, bringing you a new series called Elminage Gothic meets Pokemon Go. If anybody's seen this game, you can tell that I am not at the beginning with my 91 health. This is my character Jetmad, and she is... I have no mouse. There we go. Hopefully the mouse stays on the screen. She is my summoner to catch the Pokemon. Who are the Pokemon? Well, they're everybody in the game. I've been playing for a while. I thought it'd be fun to just kind of talk about how I've been playing this game, because I don't really like, you make a venture of 6, you go out, you do the dungeons. I thought that, who wants to do it that way? Excuse me. I wanted to do something a little different, so I made it into my own game by making it Pokemon Go. So let me just let's go to the shop and show you my character statistics. Here we go. Anyone that's played this game, I'm level 16 now. As a summoner, my spells, I went all the way across the mage path there. Did a couple levels of cleric, a couple levels in now I'm working on summoner. I was thinking about going back and doing Cleric all the way through and Alchemist all the way through and then switching to Summoner, but since I really don't want a 3-3-3-3 Summoner, I just can't make myself do it, so that's why. And right now I have a Ninja as my 7th party member, and that's all I have in my group here. The equipment is a Magician's Bow. It's been had some elvish iron put on it, it looks like. So I got a robe, which is oops, let's try that again. The robe, which I put some beheading resistance on. Might as well give her a little chance at it. And an OB that also has beheaded resistance. This is before I realized that you can't have two. It doesn't stack that way, because I think if you look at the oops, my goodness, character status of her behead resistance is 15, so it doesn't even matter because the equipment won't go over the standard resist. So those items are not useful that way. Probably not useful at all, because this game is really hard to understand. So that is my summoner, who has collected a few creatures in her day. As you can see, they're all 11-ish, and so we'll just go down the list here. This is how many I've caught so far. I'm brought up to level 11. Now you can see that some of them aren't quite level 11 yet, and some of the new creatures down at the bottom are not are recent captures. So, and so what I did was I made a sheet up, a spreadsheet that tracks these characters and tries to figure out if I should keep them in their class. One problem with this Pokemon Go game here is that they all start as fighters instead of brawlers for creatures that would normally be, normally a Chicken Bomb isn't going to be a fighter, it's going to be a brawler. So I took the Chicken Bomb and I made it a brawler, so it doesn't have its original statistics. Some of them do. Some of them I've converted over in my spreadsheet that I have, which is going to just be a massive mess when you look at it here just in a second. Here we go. They go across, and it gives you an average score of what something is worth. So some things are worth more points than others. like a heavy emphasis on turn recovery and a not so heavy instances on turn. Oh, see, turn recovery is H divided by 10. Because it's a whole number and everything else is a percentage. So this is 0.5 right here. It would be 800, you know. So we divided by 10 to weaken it a little bit, even though it's not because it's 0.8, so it's an 80%, I think is the math. Now I'm starting to not remember. Anyways, maybe that's wrong. Well, the turn recovery people are all pretty phenomenal. Like, those are the characters that have turn recovery right there, auto built in, and so they get some bonus for that. The other big bonus is to clean this up a little bit, is to behead. And so what is it? AW2. Behead is huge. AN2. And then the attacks of behead. Those are really big skill things in my mind. Now this is a perfect system, obviously. But it gives you kind of a general feel of how they stand compared to the other creatures. If we go by average, a converted creature who just loses his abilities when you change their class is a 7.39. That's the average score. Now, why do I have characters that don't have the average score? Because there was something about the character that, even though the score wasn't better, that they brought something to the table that average characters couldn't in special abilities. Alright, I blew it up a little bit so it could be easier to see the overwhelming whatever colors and stuff. So these yellowed characters, they're still, like, I don't think that's their final class. I'm gonna probably do something more. And some of these, see, I think these are all final class characters. Maybe not this one, I'm not sure. But yeah, so if we take a look at our, and then this is the Pokemon Go rarity, if they're a common or uncommon, and it basically is how hard they are to capture. I don't have it all filled in. Epic means you can't capture them, and they're unique. But the absolute worst character for my skill thing is a zombie lady. It's got a 2.72 average right here, as you can see. So she has her pretty standard spell resistance, but she's weak to fire, and she's weak to holy. So she's weak to fire and holy, but she brings 5% paralysis to each one, and it's a fighter character with 100% drain. So what she brought was the paralysis that kind of made me feel like it wasn't like she should just stay that way. And yes, she's a gimpy character, but the paralysis, the 5% paralysis, is kind of fun. You know, rarely ever hits. You rarely ever see it work. Next up is the Armagola. So anyone who hasn't played this game, I'll kind of go over the pictures the the artwork for it a little later here, but it started as a brawler, so we left it as a brawler with Mysterious Bag. It had a 4.2. It was a brawler to start with, and that's why it stayed the same, even though it didn't bring anything to the table. The Shield Centipede is a fighter that has high source magic, which it won't ever use. But the Shield Centipede comes with magic spells as a fighter, so that was kind of one of the things that if it came with spells as a fighter, it stayed the fighter class, because it's kind of cool that a fighter has these two random couple spells, and this isn't about min-maxing the game, because man, let me tell you. So the Arob is a hunter that started as a hunter with Shallow Killer, so that's why it stayed. Man is a thief with level drain, and it started as a thief, so anything that doesn't start as a fighter pretty much stayed its same class. We got Yogilus with as a brawler that came with Song of Hope, so automatically started as a brawler. Samurai, that's what that's supposed to say. It doesn't really say that, but the mage came as that. The Doom Mantis. Oh, so here's a mistake that I made. I need to fix the Doom Mantis real quick here, since it is a converted character. Copy that, paste that into there. So the Doom Mantis now is over here. The Centipede Fungus, it came with, I shouldn't say he, we don't know, it came with 20% poison as its special attack, so it stayed there. The Leprechaun came with spells. The Pixie came as a servant. The Shell Combine, the Crab, came with a defunction. Alright, I kind of had to step out for a second there. Shell Combine. The Mangrove came with Song of Healing. I'm not sure I remember why. Oh, Confusion. 20% Confusion for the Mangrove. The Giliota came as a mage. The Chi Wave. Ghost Brawler, Hunter, Fighter for the Screeching Fear, Hand of Kindness. The Screeching Fear comes with some spells. The Goblin Mage came as a mage, and the Ninja came as a ninja, as you can see. Ghost, the Lizard Man, who didn't have quite the skills, but came with turn recovery, so I might have to boost the turn recovery points to be a little more useful. And then a regular Ghost who was a 707 but came with Confusion. So Confusion. Now we get to and a Goblin. And the Goblin is a bard, so the Goblin's thing is not right. It's because this should be a 30. That is why. Let's see if we change that to 30. Okay. There we go. The Goblin converted. So does the Bishop too. Yeah, so my spreadsheet isn't perfect, but there we go. These are my converted characters that started as fighters and converted to other things. It just didn't bring anything to the table, and it didn't really make sense that a Chicken Bomb was a fighter when a brawler was a better thing. The Colossal Roach was the first thing I made into a alchemist. It's my main alchemist. This should be Song of Hope. Cobalt Sergeant is a lord now. Cooled. As you can see, then we have some ones that are not. Now these guys over here, starting with the beast here, they actually have better scores than the default class. So anyone that had a better score automatically stayed in their own class, except for Jetmad, who is a main character, and she has better scores than they do, 8.4. So she is what I consider the average on this. So anything above Jetmad is an amazing creature find, even if they're easy to recruit. And you will see in this list here the blue and the red slime. And the reason that they do so well is because they have 100% Behead. Behead is very annoying in this game, but these all bring something to the table that caused them to be much better on the score chart. And as everybody says, the Golem is a great creature to use as a thing, and him, I mean, got high source magic, which sucks, but 26.63, you know, so that's a pretty good score. So what I've been up to lately is simply going through and trying to collect more creatures, which, oh yeah, I'll show you that next. The Emperor Bird was pretty good too. Let me make that my keyboard is kind of worn out, so I don't really see the letters so well when I type. Mermaid had 16 points of recovery. I might increase the recovery to be a little more, worth a little bit more. Like if we divide it by 8 instead of maybe divide it by 5. Oh no, wait, that's spell. H22 is turn. Divide this by 5. Yeah, see, let's redo these. Oops. Playing in Excel. Fun, huh? Alright, that should boost up a couple other players. There. Go back and smallest to largest. There, that gives the mermaid a little more skill, but she's still not the top cream dog when it comes to stats. So the Masked Lizard gets 10 points. So these are pretty good, but I don't know how they're gonna scale. Like at a point there will be turn recovery for everybody should be pretty good. I mean right now it's 2 to 6 I think for everybody that I have something for. So that would give the 8s to the 10s a little bit more bonus. 16 is pretty solid. I mean, like, she's going to be hard to kill, but not impossible, so we'll leave it like that. So she might bump it down a little bit. We're going to bring it back to 8. Oops. So it's just not a... Like, I mean, it's all nice and dandy and stuff, but stats are really awesome too, since you can duplicate this. Okay, what was I going to say? Collecting characters. That's what I've been up to. We got a couple of evil characters that I can't put into my group because of, well, they're evil. Just been going to the hole and grinding out experience and trying to collect things. Now, this game is designed for maybe a party of 8, 9, you know. So equipment, you know, where equipment is like super easy to come by and max out. This one is not. And I want to take him. That was not the right one. This one, the troll. And the zombie lady, right? And I want to give Flameberg to her, and the Executioner Sword. Oh, maybe I don't. Two 515 versus Flameberg. One attack 618. Yeah. Okay, so she had Executioner Sword. We'll hand that back over. Nope. He stays with the Flameberg. But I don't want him to have that, so we'll stand by. These two call allies to figure out who should have the Flameberg. Maybe he just keeps it for now. What do you have for a weapon? He's got Killer, which is a spear. Really nice spear. Lords can use it. Fighters can use it. Here. Okay, so he has Flameberg now. Now we need to go to the shop. So what else, the other part of this game that I've been doing is I've been trying to make it where their portrait kind of has the weapon that they use. You have to use some imagination, but his portrait has him holding a club, so there's a Devil Spear I can't use. And I only have one. So how's this Smasher Mace? Kind of terrible. But he can use a Smasher Mace and a mace in his hand. Oh, so you see, so he's just got one. No, he just went from a good weapon to a really terrible weapon, but there, we'll just give him a Smasher Mace. That kind of makes sense. And he could use some more armor, so he can use a large shield too. There. Now he has 0 armor class, which is pretty good. The Kobold does not have 0 armor class. But, and then we'll shop, sell, mace back. Yeah, money is not really that big of a deal, even with 6 million characters. But, so we'll just stand by these two. So, like I said, we're trying to get these guys, but I also want to get this guy to not be evil, so I've been doing just cheesy fights to make him good, just, you know, running around the low level dungeons or whatever while I'm doing this, so it's very ineffective, but yeah, so we'll grab this one, and then that leaves 3 spots. Head off to the world map, the caves. No, what is it? I always press the long button for some reason. Pause adventure. This Raptor Avenger. Call allies. We need the evil Shell Combine and the other 2 evil characters, which are the Wraith and the Snowman. So, character status, equipment. Here's the other thing I've been doing, and again, it's very makes the game harder. It really does. So here's the monster's level, and here's their allowed armor class if they cannot normally wear armor. So the Shell Combine here is now level 10, or 11 actually, so he could actually wear a 7, so we'll buy him some armor in a second. And then this sheet right here, this is the characters. Let me blow this up for you again. So these are the characters I haven't caught yet that I've ran into, and their rarity and their level. So except for this one, so we're gonna delete this guy and carry it up. So we got that, but I've not been able to catch these characters yet. They are on my list. A 95 is really hard. A 90 is really hard. An 80 is like a 95 is dang near impossible. The 99 characters are impossible, or I don't even know how you do that. But yeah, so the Impressionist is the only 30% left that I haven't caught yet. And the only reason that was because I've only seen a couple of them, and they were with that one character that's really tough, the Corrupted Monastery Missionary, whatever his name was. So, but yeah, so if you, so I can bring the 10th level character to a 7 armor class, which, like I said, it makes it harder. It really does. You know, they just can't. I just can't throw a ton of armor on him. But he can go to that, so I can. He's got leather armor, so I'll buy him a helmet. Because, you know, a giant crab needs a helmet. Crayfish. That's a crayfish. Quit. There. And then the Wraith, which is a really nice character. I mean, he's weak against Holy, but he's got 300 dark, so he reflects dark magic. And then this right here, I mean, his behead rate is 40, you know, but I mean, that's amazing. The Snowman, has great water defense. That's why he's there, because I don't think the Snowman was that great. Oh, I guess he's got a 10.3, so a 10.4. So he's pretty good that way. He's better than the average character, so he's gonna stay that way and be on there. He's got terrible health right now for some reason. But we're gonna go to the world map and go to the caves, walk a couple, and then we're gonna look for our comrades. We're gonna find them, and then that's how you get evils to join goods. Is just to put them in and then change the order. So I think we're gonna go Wraith, Screeching Fear, Snowman, Emperor, and Jet Mad. But that does leave like a couple of he's got a spear and he's got nothing useful. So I can't use him to do anything right now because he's got useless weapon, and he's like, I don't even know. Character status on the character status on the Emperor Bird. I mean, he's level 2, so I just got him, and he's 5 years old. And age-wise, 10, 6, 5, 6, 5, and 23. But she has 4,145 kills and no deaths. So she's been around a little bit. So. Okay, guys, that's going to end episode 1. I'm going to grind up a little bit on these characters. Try to get them to be good so I can keep them all in the same party. And also, there is a priest that is in this dungeon that I haven't caught yet. And the ghost or the locust and the gremlin, which are really going to be hard. I've tried many times to catch them, and so far it's not been going well. You need a 96 plus on 100. You know, that's a 4 and a 4 basically. So it's not a great possibility, but That's why they are very rare and ultra rare. So, well, that's it, guys. I'll do another episode about various characters and, you know, impressions of them. And then also what I need to do is the ones that I converted over, I need to keep their original score as well, just to see what the difference is. And I'll have to do that. That's pretty simple. Might do that a little bit. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. View Squaller signing out.